On Whirlpool presents ESPNcricinfo T20 timeout powered by Dell. We're looking ahead to the game between the Chennai Super Kings and the Kolkata Knight Riders. Joining me shortly, Ajit Agarkar and Tom Moody. Right, gentlemen, here come the preview statements. First up, we're saying, Tom, that Andre Russell, if fit, will find it hard to get back into the Kolkata playing 11. Thoughts?
Look, if he's fit, and that means batting and, more importantly, bowling fit, they have to make a way. And I know the next question is going to be, well, who's going to make way? Consider Narayan is not disposable. Morgan's not disposable. Neither Pat Cummins. So unfortunately for Lockie Ferguson, he's come in and had an impact, but he's the one that's got to move aside because Russell will bowl those middle overs that Ferguson's been bowling, but he'll also bat six and win games from there.
Ajit?
Yeah, I mean, if he's fit, he's got to come in. He's one of those people you don't want to leave outside if he's fit. Even if he's batting fit, in my opinion, I think they'll have to find a way to play him because if he comes off and they need people to come up at this stage to qualify, he can win you games on your own. Actually, it could be any of the four guys that they could leave out. He can be that good on his day. I think, like Tom said, they perhaps have a bit more cover as far as Indian seam bowling is concerned. So you can afford to leave one of the seamers out. But if Russell is fit, he's got to play. There's no way you can leave someone like him out.
All right. There's another selection call we're discussing, Ajit, ahead of this one, is that Kolkata should look to give Kuldeep Yadav another game instead of Kamlesh Nagarkoti, who didn't bowl a single over last game. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you know my thoughts on Kuldeep Yadav. Really, it's I've been very surprised that he's not had more game time. Unfortunately, when he's played, they haven't perhaps trusted him enough to give him enough bowling, which is a bit strange to me. Come the playoffs, you might get a couple of pitches which are tired and they might spin, and he could easily win you the game on the night. So a bit surprised. They should play him. Guys who can win you games on their day should always be a priority.
Tom, they played him for the first 3 games, dropped him for the next 5, then brought him back for 2, out of which he didn't bowl in one, that game against Bangalore where they were blown away, and then they left him out. Does he got a raw deal for you?
Look, I'd be playing him as well. I just think if KKR consider themselves as a team that can win this year's IPL, I think he needs to be in the playing 11 for the very reason that he's a match winner. They need to find a way how to introduce him into the game from a bowling perspective a little bit better than what they have done it previously. The conundrum they do have, though, is it looks like Narayan is not occupying the overs that he would normally occupy at the top of the order and maybe 1 or 2 in the middle. So Narayan's bowling a lot of his overs in the middle. So they have to find a way how to get them both working together and working effectively.
All right, let's go to our next statement. One for the Chennai Super Kings as well, Tom. We're saying they should look to replace Monu Kumar, who made his debut last game, with Shardul Thakur.
To me, it's a no-brainer. Thakur looks like a real threatening bowler. He's got some genuine pace, and I like the fact that he looks like he threatens to take wickets on a regular basis. Look, to me, again, Chennai have had a difficult year, but I think this is a selection that has to happen.
Ajit, he's also got big wickets when he has come in. He was in the preferred seamer for MS at the start of the season and then left out when he's looking to give others a go. Would you still want to keep Shardul in that team?
Yeah, I mean, that's the logical decision, or the right decision to make, whether they want to play Monu Kumar and just see what, sometimes it can be a hard thing to play one game and because you not look great to leave him out. So, or just make sure that he's one of those guys who shouldn't be part of the squad, and that's probably what MS Dhoni is looking at, who can be or who can't be. So that's the only reason. But between the two, I mean, there is no comparison really that Shardul should play, because Shardul's had a decent tournament.
All right, let's go back to KKR now. We're saying, Ajit, that Owen Morgan should continue playing with the same intent that we saw in the last game against Punjab. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, yes, ideally, I guess in spite of losing wickets, they went quite hard. The different conditions, the ground was a bit different. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure Morgan himself wants to play the way he did the last few times, but sometimes the conditions or the bowling dictates that as well. So, if he can continue that, it'd be ideal for KKR. But you also want him to bat deep into the innings and not have a quick start and not go on. So, I still would like if he bats ahead of Dinesh Karthik.
I think I know where you stand on that as well, Tom. What we did see of Owen Morgan last game was why he's considered so dangerous in white ball cricket. You'd like to see a bit more of that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, look, he's such an impactful player, isn't he? And I agree with Ajit. I think it's a no-brainer. He needs to be batting at 4. To me, 4 is his spot, and that'll give him the chance to really influence matches like he has done. But really, he hasn't done that badly. He's still striking over 130 and averaging 37. So, those numbers are pretty good considering, not all the surfaces that the teams have played on have been absolute roads.
All right. And finally, we're saying, Tom, that Kolkata, given the situation around net run rate, should look to bat first in this one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, normally the philosophy is to bat second if you're looking to improve your net run rate, because you know what you're chasing down and you can attack it accordingly and try to set an over that you'd like to finish the job off. Ideally, you've got to win the game first, but get into a position where you can win the game and then try to finish it in the 17th or 18th over, and that's automatically going to improve your net run rate. I always feel it's harder when you're bowling second to be able to rely on taking wickets to improve your net run rate than scoring runs. So what we've seen, I think, historically is a trend with, batting and chasing hard to improve it. Who knows? Kolkata have done things a little bit different this year. They may go the other way.
There seems to be a big case of net run rate coming into play. Ajit, though Kolkata are one of the teams that can still end on 16. Would you be looking at net run rate just yet, or saying, let's just get the 4 points, that should be enough?
No, I don't think not where they stand at this point. If they win the 2 games, I suspect they will qualify with 16 points. I know everything's right now quite close. You would think that 16 points gets them. Winning the toss, bowling first, not quite sure at this stage. The scoreboard pressure is that easy to handle. So if they feel batting first is the best way, or that's the way their team is best suited, then they should bat first. If not, I think run rate, if they win the 2 games, I feel they should qualify with 16 points. So instead of worrying about the run rate, try and win the game.
All right. Thank you very much, Ajit Agarkar and Tom Moody. This was our preview to the game between Chennai Super Kings and Kolkata Knight Riders on Whirlpool presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell.